Mhm.
Sweet.
All right, here we go. We are live. Alex here, Mississippi Hammers with Pamela. Hello, Pamela. Thanks for coming on from the Kansas City Hammers.
Hello.
And
Yep.
Casey. I said Pamela. It's PJ. I'm totally sorry.
Yeah.
Botched that one. PJ.
It's fine.
PJ and Casey from Chicago. So how's things going? We're actually, checking out some MLS action while we're on right now. So, Casey, if you can give me updates accordingly, I would appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah. So he's looking at the screen. He's looking at the ceiling. So we don't really know what he's doing here.
If I look up, it's because I'm watching. I have the game on in the background.
Hey, fair play. Yeah. So again, big weekend coming up. We've got some Sheffield United. Is that correct? Apparently, Casey, you got a little comments on that. Apparently, you've got some history there.
Yeah, I worked for the club for about 8 months, so I spent basically an entire season watching them play in League One. I'm a big fan of Chris Wilder. I think what he's doing there is something that's I don't know, it's special because he has one of the smallest budgets in the entire league. He has always kind of shaped the team in his own image, and they're playing really well. I mean, we do a podcast here, me and Justin Wasick from the Chicago Hammers, and we were talking about it last night. And I was like, I've been saying this at the beginning of the season. Like, I would love to have Chris Wilder here as a manager of West Ham at some point in the future because I think he is a really, really good manager that can work under all kinds of constraints, and he's a very tactically astute manager. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I can't, I'm not going to heap too much praise on him since we play him this weekend, but, them beating Arsenal this week, they're doing a lot on a very small budget. And I think they'll stay up in the end.
What are they doing? And we're going to kind of go through the Hammers polls and talk about the team store, but shame on all of us if we didn't really kind of talk about, the game. What is Sheffield United doing that is keeping them successful and,
They move the ball really well. So there's been a lot of talk about Chris Wilder and how he uses his three, the system that he uses where he has three center backs and this idea of overlapping center backs. I mean, you have the idea of overlapping fullbacks where, your fullbacks will go forward and and they'll overlap against the wingers on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's happening now is he'll take his central defender, one of his defenders. They're all relatively decent with the ball at their feet. So he can take one of his defenders, move them up. And you'll see in some of the goals they've scored, they've had central defenders on the edge of the box because their other two defenders come back in and it basically reformats to a 4-4-2, which is something that just hasn't really been done or has been done. You have people like Tony Adams that used to be able to maraud forward with the ball. You even see it a bit with Harry Maguire, but not as tactically astute as they're doing it at Sheffield United, which I think is one of the reasons they've been so successful over the last 2-3 seasons. I mean, he's had 2 promotions in 4 years with them. So
yeah, they're doing something right.
Yeah.
So, something's happening. Yeah, I want none of those guys. I want none of them. So I don't really, I think it'd be great to play, be, a good game, but for some reason I don't want none of that action. Sorry, just don't.
It's going to be interesting. I mean, luckily our first game playing them is at home because if we played them away in Sheffield, I would really worry about the mentality of our players because it's going to be a really toxic atmosphere. I remember going to a game at Sheffield Wednesday when they played Leeds, and that's a big rivalry just because Leeds fans are absolutely insane. But, I mean, you have cops all over the city patrolling all day, leading the fans away from the station to Hillsborough, which is much harder than Bramall Lane because Bramall Lane's really close to the center of the city. But, yeah, man, I really think that I'm glad we're playing them at home first because I don't know about the mentality of our players to handle that atmosphere on the first try.
Yeah, for sure.
PJ, what's going on? What's going down in KC?
Oh, not much. First season in a bunch of years that Sporting hasn't even made the playoffs, so it's pretty quiet now.
It's all about Chiefs right now, huh?
Yeah, I don't really care about the Chiefs. So.
Well, we're kind of waiting on one more. We'll kind of jump into the Hammers polls, but just wanted to, get fine tonight or Saturday. What, Casey? What's your prediction? What do you think what's gonna happen?
I think it's what I hope will be 2-1 to us. What I think is more realistic, maybe 1-1, a draw. I just haven't had. I didn't watch the game this weekend because it was at 6:30 here, and I was already asleep, and I was not waking up for that as much as I would love to. It's probably the first game in a while that I haven't actually watched, but it's just something that's not inspiring.
Katie, how are you? Whoa. I didn't know you were down there. You're at the bottom of the screen, so I apologize not seeing you.
No worries.
How long you been there? You been hiding out?
No, I just got here.
Okay, awesome. I'm sorry, Casey, kind of interrupted you there.
No.
So you think you'd be happy with a 2-1?
I would be happy with a win, but I'll go 2-1 on the balance of trying to be faithful.
PJ, what do you think? What do you got for score?
I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say 2-1 to us.
All right. Putting you down, 2-1.
Okay.
Miss Katie.
Yeah, so my prediction actually was 2-1 us on Sunday.
Yeah, you kind of shit the bed on that one, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so you get redemption time from Philadelphia. What do you think this weekend?
Yeah, I meant for this weekend. I was predicting us 2-1.
Okay. Seems a common theme. Wow. I'm going to go 1-1 draw. My next question before we go to Hammers Polls. Everybody says 2-1. Who scores the 2?
That's a good question.
Yeah. What do you think, Casey? I'll go with you. Who scores the 2 for us?
I'm going to go Haller and then Yarmolenko because I think that why he didn't play last weekend, I'm not 100% sure whether it was just trying to ease him back in from the international break or what.
Yeah. PJ, what do you got? Who's your 2?
I say Haller and Lanzini if he plays. I don't know if he'll make the starting 11 though.
All right, Katie, what you got?
Haller and Yarmolenko.
Okay, I'm gonna go crazy. Mark Noble.
Nice, like a penalty, or an actual regular goal.
Yeah, I can't see that far. I just think it's just gonna be one of those kind of games. He's gonna get his. I don't know. Neil from Down Under. Neil, thanks for coming on, man. Johnny. Bonjour. I like French. All right, let's go to Hammer Polls. Let's kind of go to that here. All right. All right. 3 hours ago. Here's how we play the game. Actually, here's how we play the game. We're going to go around the horn. Give me your yes, no. Then like Richard Dawson, Family Feud, survey says. And then we figure out if we're crazy or, everybody else is nuts. Yeah. So West Ham have won just one of their last 7 home meetings with Sheffield United in all competitions, and the Blades are one of only 2 Premier League teams still unbeaten away from home this season. Are you worried about Saturday's game? Yes or no? PJ?
I say no.
There's one no. Casey, what do you got?
I'm definitely worried after the way we played last time. They're 1 win and 3 draws away, so that's why I think that a draw is going to be realistic. But again, I'm always going to be hopeful because my optimism is my downfall.
My negativity is mine. Dude, if negativity was like a superpower, I'd be wearing a fucking cape. Okay. Katie, what do you got?
Wear a cape now.
No, I'm not worried. I think, last week was a disaster, and so it's only going to fuel us forward into this week's game.
God, man, I love you guys. There's a lot of half full. All right. I am going to say yes. And so we'll go with consensus. You guys were not worried? You were not worried?
It was half and half.
It was half and half. All right. Well, I guess I'll be the solid. We'll just go yes. Yes. 75% say yes, they are worried. Is that really any game? Is that all games?
I was about to say, I was like, if you've been a West Ham fan longer than 2 days, like you're probably worried about everything. Yeah,
like fair.
All
right.
I mean, yeah, there's a usual worry, but it's like not more than normal worry.
Yeah, is it just general anxiety, or is it I need a emotional service animal? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have to stop and take a nap after this match, or No.
All right, here we go. The next one. Pellegrini has confirmed that Cresswell is fit for selection on Saturday, and so is Masuaku. Who starts against Sheffield United? We'll go from the bottom. Katie. Cresswell. 1 for Cresswell.
Same.
What?
Same. Cresswell. 2
Cresswells.
Why can't it be both? I mean, like start Cresswell as left back and Masuaku on the wing. But,
so you want to drop Anderson?
Well, maybe not. All right.
I would. That's a really interesting thing though, because they're 2 completely different players, right? Like, in the way that if you think about that's actually really interesting, and I'd like to see that happen. Mainly because if you're Masuaku, you stick to the wing and you run down the sideline. And if you're Anderson, you cut inside. So it really depends on what's happening. I mean, I could actually see Masuaku playing really well in that position with Cresswell behind him, trying to feed the ball to Haller, because Anderson can't really cross the ball very well, which is why he always cuts inside.
Neil feels the same way. And actually, we were on the what you like, dislike show on Fridays, and the comment came up that both guys signed long-term deals. And everybody's like, why would you do that? Like you're doing the same, you're signing guys to the same position. And I made the point was that you're signing talent, and it's our fault if we're not playing in the right way. And I agree with all you guys. There's room enough for both of them, but just like any situation, who do you sit and who do you who starts?
Well, I mean, if I just have the 2 options, I would choose Cresswell.
So we got 3 Cresswells. I'm going to go Masuaku, just because I want to be an asshole. All right, let's go. Cresswell. Survey says everybody agrees. So, yeah, good call. I like to read the comments here, and let's see. Let's do this. Let's read the comments.
That's always a dangerous thing. I want to read the comments on Twitter.
Yeah. Famous last words. Fabianski, what? Like what? Why? What are you talking about? Okay, see, everybody's saying what you're saying. Cresswell and Masuaku both play Arthur left wing, drop Lanzini. Let me ask y'all a question: Is Lanzini is he physically not just strong enough to play right now? I mean, is he getting? I just feel like he just gets pushed around.
Yeah, I mean, I love Lanzini, but yeah, I don't know if he's quite 100% yet.
Yeah, I'm not Masuaku's biggest fan, but there's an argument stick him up the left wing. Everybody's kind of the same or the bench will do. Both keep him away from the defense. Doesn't matter. Neither of them can defend.
That's not fair. I think Cresswell's done well when he's played in the lap this season.
Yeah.
I mean, not just his scoring prowess. He's actually done pretty well to keep steady at the back.
Let's go back up to the first one. Forgot to. Oh, there's only one comment. And worse, it's the one team you don't want to lose to this year.
That's the truth.
Oh, really?
I don't think that's the case. Like, I don't,
It depends, man. It depends on how, like, the 2 clubs absolutely hate each other. So, I mean, I guess my biggest thing is, like, if you live in England and you're English, you wouldn't want to lose to them because it's just more. You'll get shit talked to more, but like in reality,
why would you say that? Because they're like the blue collar, out in the woods. Like, I mean,
nah. They hate each other because of the whole Tevez thing. We spent, I think we paid them 15 million pounds over about 5 years because of that. Or actually probably 8. When I worked at Sheffield United, they actually put up a Sky Sports billboard across the street, and with Tevez's face on it. I think when he played at City, and I think it was literally vandalized within 10 hours. Like Sheffield United, like you literally, like if you're a West Ham supporter, you couldn't go to Sheffield at home. Like you would get, like if you went into a Sheffield United bar before a game, and you would have issues. I'm probably the only person I know of that supports West Ham that could walk into a Sheffield United bar while I was there and not have issues, just because I'm American and they look at me as like a token football supporter, I suppose.
What do I do? My last name is Sheffield.
There you go.
Am I just like totally like screwed?
Just support Wednesday, because they hate Wednesday more than they hate West Ham.
Name if you go out there.
Yeah. So when the Wednesday thing, I mean, how ugly is that between Sheffield and?
It's pretty damn bad. I mean, I've actually never been there for a Steel City Derby, which is one of my biggest regrets right now. Because when I lived there, they were in 2 different divisions. Wednesday has been in the championship for, I think, well over a decade. Sheffield United was in League One. But that's one thing I would love to go to. I think Bramall Lane's a great ground. I mean, it's really, Bramall Lane's one of the oldest grounds in the country. Started off as a cricket ground and shared it with, I believe, Sheffield Wednesday. The reason they're called Sheffield Wednesday is because they were a cricket club that played on Wednesday before they were a football club. So it's a cool city, man. I mean, it's the first not to spend too much time, but the first football club match in history was in, I think, 1856 in Sheffield. It was Sheffield FC versus Hallam FC. So
like a tour guide. All right, let's go back to cool place. All right, Hammer Polls. Should we be worried about the Ravel Morrison factor against Sheffield United? Katie,
No.
I don't even know what. Okay. No.
I don't think I'll play.
Yeah.
Nope. So you got a no on that one. PJ, yes or no?
No.
I am going to say no because we have enough worries in our life about the game in general. So let's just go no.
If they were smart, they'd play him.
Yeah. Let's see what everybody else says. Nope, that's not what I want to click.
I bet you money it's somebody saying they want him back at the club.
His missus should be. Oh, mercy. All right. Should Yeti? How do you pronounce his name? Katie, pronounce his name. Pronounce it.
Isn't it
Yeti?
Edgietti?
What?
Edgietti?
Yeti?
No, it's Adgietti.
Edgietti?
Yeah.
Casey, what do you got?
You know what they need to do is whenever there's a new player, they need to have the video that comes out and say, "Hi, and then they say their name so that we all know how they pronounce it. Because there were so many, even when we had Payet and people were still saying Payet, and it's like, that's not how he says it, though.
What about Hilaire? Is it Haller? Hilaire? Hilaire?
Yeah.
So, Katie, you say Adgietti. Casey?
A jetty.
A jetty?
Yeah, I think a jetty.
PJ, a jetty?
Until I know more.
I'm going to call him a Yeti.
Because he's Swiss, right? So, I don't know what the hard thing about Switzerland is you have so many damn people that are from all over the place. Right. So you have no idea what his background is. I'd have to look it up. At least Haller we know is French. So
Neil says it's
well. The thing about
Yeti.
Payet though is because a Yeti. Yeah, with Payet though it was because he's from the random island in the Indian Ocean or something, and the way they say it there, you pronounce the T, but most of the rest of the French language they don't. So it was a weird.
The dialects.
Mm-hmm.
All right, shall we start Yeti, the Yeti cooler against Sheffield United?
Not start, but maybe bring him in as a sub.
Okay. No start. Play yes.
No, I mean, I don't know if you break up. It's Allaire is starting, and he only plays one striker, so no.
Well, that's a whole nother conversation in itself.
Yeah.
No, he does not start.
No,
But I do think the guy's got to see the field sometimes. I mean, come on. Like, you got to figure out play a guy. Because if you don't start playing guys, the time's going to come where they're actually going to get their number called, and they're not going to be worth a crap. So you're going to have to put somebody. You just have to space them out. I mean, it's just you're not doing the team a service. You're not doing the player. You're not doing anybody. You're doing everybody a disservice if you don't. But still, nonetheless, yeah, he doesn't start. Ooh, a little more than I thought. 2 up, long overdue. Get Yarm up top. Would you put Yarmolenko up top? Anybody?
I think he's fine just where he is.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, he's the same thing. The thing about the way we play, and this is why Chicharito was always terrible for us, is because we weren't set up for success for Chicharito. You have 2 wingers that can't cross the ball because they're left foot. They're inverted, right? So Anderson's right-footed on the left wing, Yarmolenko's left-footed on the right wing, and they cut in to shoot. So you're really hoping on your fullbacks to put in crosses, and I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I don't think Ryan Fredericks could cross the ball to save his life for the most part. He's a very good player, but he's not very good at crossing.
No, he couldn't cross his fucking legs. All right. Let's.
Neither could my ex-girlfriend.
Ho! Yeah, that kind of had a double entendre. All right. Shit, I think we're done. Are we done? No. If Lanzini was dropped and Anderson was moved more central, who would you prefer to see out wide? We can kind of answer that, really. Katie, what do you think?
I can't pronounce his name, but Masuaku.
You just got to say it, because otherwise because I do the same thing. I'm like, Masu, you just, it's kind of like when you go to like another country, you just mumble, oh shit. Oh, never mind. I accidentally clicked the button.
Really?
Yeah, a jackass.
No, not that. I was just saying the result.
Oh no, that too.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people? I just want to know how many people have actually got to watch Nathan Holland play.
Maybe they were just so upset at his performance last game, they just picked Holland.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Goddamn, PJ, you still mad about Payet?
Well, I was kind of replying to John Nolan's comment.
Okay, she put a snake up there. It's like, dude, let it go, man. Come on.
No.
Yeah, why does everybody?
He was great, but he's a great big bag of dicks.
Yeah, that was I'll have to go to that one more often. That was a pretty good comment. Why is everybody still in love with Holland? Anybody?
He's young and they've never seen him play.
Yeah.
I mean, we all love the unknown, right? Like that's the craziest thing about this sport is like we love when we sign players for big. Don't go to bed. I'm just saying, like, how many people actually saw Sebastian Allaire play for Eintracht Frankfurt, and then were like really excited. I know I was excited because I had never seen him play, and we spent a lot of money on him, and I've heard good things. But it's the same thing with Nathan Holland, right? Like, it's not like we're all sitting around watching Premier League 2. Wait, no, is it PL2 Division 2? Like, it's not like it's streamed somewhere.
Yeah.
But right now in that division, he's one of the top scorers, which is great. But I mean, that's a big step up. Like, I'd feel more comfortable I feel more comfortable because I actually have watched a West Brom game or two and seeing Diangana play really well for them, right? Like, if Holland was out in the championship and we could watch him play at least once or twice against essentially grown men, I mean, that would be more interesting to me. But it's just people just love the unknown, and I believe PJ's point. People just get angry at Matsuaku because
with nice shiny things, and
exactly
he'd be the new guy, and he's the nice shiny toy. And then when he sucks, then they'll bag him and bag on him. It's just easy to talk shit about the guy you already know.
Yep.
Be another bag of dicks.
Another bag of dicks. I got a whole bag of dicks over here. All right. It has a whole new meaning being a West Ham fan. All right. Wow. I think we're done.
Wow.
We're at the end of our polls. Oh man, that sucks.
It's better than being at the end of your rope.
Yeah, no. Huh.
Well, we could talk about the store.
We are going to talk about the store. We're going to talk about the store. Yeah. Has anybody seen the glorious store that is the American Hammer's official team shop?
I have
Anybody
not
familiar
so
with that?
far. I have not so far.
We're going to have we got a couple of logos up there from supporter groups. We'll get into that. Let's go here. Share. Shit. Shouldn't show you that stuff. Shit. That wasn't good. Fuck. What a jackass. All right.
Happens to the best of us.
We all have performance issues from time to time. All right. American Hammers official team store, American Hammers Network. We've got a lot of different designs up here and really trying to, get them out on some shirts, get them out on magnets, coffee cups, skateboards, towels, you name it. It's a really cool website. It's called threadless.com, and we can upload items up here. We got hammers, poles right here. This one right here. Skeletor. Who doesn't love Skeletor? This one right here. Everybody loved that one.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I will run through this, but just kind of the whole dog and pony show is supporter groups. We're going to have a area right here, the Overland NC collection, where I've got my logo up here. But we're going to start. I'm going to load up PJs with Kansas City. Is that correct? At least that's what I told you I was going to do. And so Chicago, we'll give everybody a rip, which would be slang for some commission on that. So if you sell something with your merch on it, then you get a little bit of the proceeds. So if somebody's really digging Chicago and they love being there and they're a West Ham fan, you guys can put your logo on there. Same thing, Kansas City, Philly. So I know there's probably a lot of people that got to talk about that and make sure that you got your own stuff. But for instance, let's go women's stuff. Load up any women's stuff in here. Yeah, there you go. So this is the kind of stuff that we're really kind of going through because, as you can see, that's kind of how we pay for, the YouTube and this product that we're putting out. So I'd like to be able to share everybody, their fandom and, something that's unique. You're not going to see everywhere. And I make this joke all the time that if I ever try to order something online from the West Ham store, like, I don't know if I'm like American fat or European fat because I've got to get, well, everybody laughs at the joke, but it's really sad, you bastards.
Hey, I've been there, man. I feel your pain.
But the thing is I got to buy like a 4X.
I bought an XL and I couldn't wear it. And I was like, man.
Yeah,
I ended up
bullshit. Right?
But so you have to pay like $50 to $60 to ship it over here.
They started making those kits that are all form fitting and stuff, and I don't really. They don't fit my form. I don't know.
No, they got another form. Like, and it's just the double X. I mean, double X. It's respectable, but yeah. So that's what pisses me off is I want to be able to buy something in the United States. I know the sizes. I know a double is going to be a double. I know what it is. I ain't got to worry about it. So there's a lot of things on here. So please, go check this out. ahtv.threadless.com. Adding new stuff up all the time, especially for Christmas. That's going to be a big deal for a lot of people. Phone cases, mugs, water bottles, beach towels, kids stuff, baby stuff. PJ, you heard me, baby, kids.
I know. I got to get my girl.
Shower curtains
next month. So
Yes, so we'll get some stuff up there. If you see something in here you don't like, let me know. If you see something that you want, let me know. I had a conversation off camera with PJ about logos and placing them properly on women's shirts. So if something's not in the right place, let me know. We'll get it fixed. So let's for a couple minutes here, let's just talk about your expectations for the rest of the year. Everything was freaking rainbows and unicorns a couple weeks ago. We think we're going to the Champions League, and things change. So moving forward, Katie, what's kind of your expectation?
Yeah, I think if we don't, nail down these next 2 games, the season's over for us. I mean, just being honest.
Oh shit! Wow, I'll drink to that. All right. See, I'm trying not to be European fat. All right, Casey, what do you got? We're gonna shit the bed. Are we gonna be? Wait, let me get this right. Are we gonna be like West Ham bad or Manchester United bad?
Ooh.
Yeah, I did that.
The problem is that we really need to get our shit together, because this is going to be one of those seasons where we could actually have a lasting impact. The same thing with the Leicester City season. I'm not saying we're going to win the league. What I'm saying is that, like, that season, we could have so easily could have been so easily in the top 4 and gone to the Champions League, because we were only like 4 points away, and we had 2 really bad refereeing calls in 2 games that killed us. But we needed support in January, and it never came. So this could be that season, but we need to start making an impact now. Like, we need to really get our shit together and really start playing. Eagles pessimism. Hey man, y'all won a Super Bowl not too long ago. I don't know who's being pessimistic.
He's talking about me.
Yeah, I know.
It's the truth. We, it's all or nothing, and like I said,
I think the fact that a couple weeks ago that a dude caught kids jumping out of an effing building that was on fire, they interview him and he talks shit about the
Aguilar.
Yes,
it was great.
That was probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen. You explain it, Katie, because
So basically, there was a burning building, and they had these 2 guys rush in. They figure out there's kids in there. The one guy rushes all the way up to the top of the steps and throws the kids out the window, and the other guy down at the bottom was catching him. And he said, "I was catching those things better than freaking Aguilar, or catching those kids better than Aguilar."
And he looked at the screen like I'm just saying.
On the news.
Yeah.
And so it was just funny that was like the first thing off the tip of his tongue. But that's how we live here. Like, we are a ride or die with our sports.
Hey, there's just something in the water.
Hey, it's all about that water, hon.
You get it down the shore? So what's going on?
Down the shore.
All right, PJ, expectations for the rest of the year.
Oh, let's see. I don't know. I mean, they got to nail down the next couple of games and, kind of get back into it. But I think they can do pretty good. Might actually get better than our, what was it? That's what we did in 15, 16.
I think well, actually, I'm sorry, Katie. I apologize, Katie. What's your expectations, Cajun man?
Expectations for.
Oh, did you already tell me that? You already told me that. Yeah, you already told me that. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you're just like, it's fucking over. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, what I think is, I don't know. I mean, this is the perfect year to make some hay, because the planets have aligned. There's teams that aren't good. They're traditionally good, that are bad. There's so many. If you don't do well, and I'm not even saying going to Europe or Champions League, Europa. I'm just saying if you don't do well, you're going to look back and go, wow, that we really messed up. Like, we had it, to really move the club forward. This would have been the year to do it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff riding on that.
So right now is the time where you're going to separate yourself from, the top and the bottom. So in the next couple weeks, if we don't make moves, I just don't see it happening for us.
I would literally give a limb if we could finish above Spurs. That's I don't even the thing that's crazy is I don't even give a shit if we win. I would like to see us win something in my life, but I've kind of given up on that. But finishing above Spurs would literally would be everything. I wouldn't care. I don't give a shit if they call it our cup final. I don't give a shit about that. I just want to. I love beating them. I can't stand Daniel Levy. I can't stand their organization. I can't stand most of the people that are around them. And I actually think they have a good team, and there are players that I like. But fuck them. I would so rather just finish above them because that would be the biggest embarrassment for them. They would they would feel bad, and I'm okay with them feeling bad about themselves.
I totally get that.
I don't even if we lost both games against them in the season that we finished above them, I would be okay with that.
So you were okay beating them at their place for the first game, that was
oh my god,
that was your Super Bowl, that was it.
When we beat them for the first time since the '90s, early 2000s, that was the Ravel Morrison game. That was the 3-1. It's the first time we beat them since '99 at White Hart Lane. I was ecstatic. I got very drunk.
Outstanding.
See, I just have higher expectations for this team. So I want more than just beating the Spurs, okay?
Fair enough. Hey,
it's a good.
It'll wear you down over time.
It's a good consolation prize.
From a rock to a pebble.
All right, we'll kind of get a topic here. Going along expectations. FA Cup, serious? Take it serious or not?
Have to.
Yeah, I hope so.
Why wouldn't we? We don't have any other competitions anymore, so it's the league or the FA Cup.
So would you rather win the FA Cup or finish ahead of Spurs?
See that.
Ooh, I gotcha.
I'd 100% rather win a cup. I mean, because then you're still finishing above Spurs, just in a different competition.
Just for the sheer fact of
we haven't won a trophy since the Intertoto Cup, and before that we hadn't won a real trophy since 1980. So I wasn't alive. So I would really like to see that happen in my life. And my girlfriend knows our deal. If we go to if we get into the FA Cup final or any game at Wembley, I will go. It's just a fact. Well, she'll go with me, of course, but I will go. There's no.
And she doesn't want to go.
Oh, she would.
Go. Yeah.
Oh no, she would. She loves watching West Ham with me, which is a very. I don't know if it's like watching West Ham or being able to drink at 9 a.m. and nobody look at you weird.
They call those people, yeah. If you drink before 9 a.m., they call you a pirate. All right, PJ, what do you think? FA Cup? How would you rather win the FA Cup or Europa League? Get to Europa League or FA Cup?
FA Cup, I think. Yeah.
Because we've been in the Europa League twice in the last 5 years.
Get beat by Astrid fucking Goo again.
God, I would just change my name to Goo. Katie, what do you think? FA Cup, how important is it to you?
Yeah, definitely FA Cup.
Yeah. Can you imagine what people would be doing just for Mark Noble for an FA Cup?
Yeah.
I mean, he would be the darling of that whole thing.
I'd cry. 100%. I have no doubt. I almost cried when we won the championship playoff in 2012. I have no doubt in my mind. That would be if we won a trophy, even though I don't give a shit, the League Cup. It would be one of the best moments of my life, hands down. And it would continue to be one of the best moments of my life until the day I no longer see. I shake my mortal coil. It just would. I would shift your mortal
shake?
coil.
What?
Shift, not shake.
I never heard either one of them, so I'll accept it. All right.
To pass on.
So last question, and we'll kind of wind this down. And I'll start with Katie because I'm going Casey last because I got a feeling he's going to fill in the gaps real nice. What is the craziest experience? Actually, you only take that back. I'm going to go you last because you're from Philly. So you go last. Yeah. PJ, craziest experience at a game or a supporter group function? Either something you witnessed or participated in. I don't know.
Yeah. I went to the Seattle game in 2016 when they went out there.
Okay.
And so we met up with the, like Seattle Hammers organized the whole thing at the pub Fado, I think it's called. Mm-hmm. And we got there like 4 or 5 hours early and basically just day drunk all day long. And I met a ton of people and I barely remember any of it. And then we all kind of marched over to the stadium and just like singing our asses off. And I was extremely inebriated and don't remember hardly anything. The game was shit, but I had the best time and I lost my voice from yelling so much. So.
All right. So you did participate in that. Katie, I swear to God, you're going last because yours is gonna be fucking epic. Casey, what do you got? The craziest experience at a game or supporter group function, either you participate in or witnessed?
So 2 really quickly. One, not a West Ham one, but I went
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
I went to Sheffield Wednesday Leeds, and they ended up having to bring the riot police in because a supporter jumped out and punched the Wednesday keeper in the face and jumped back in the crowd. He got arrested 2 weeks later. But no, it's gonna be the playoff final in 2012. Happened at what used to be the Black Horse in Head House Square in Philadelphia. Now is Kavanaugh's Head House, which is where we used to watch games all the time. And just winning that, and then having a dog pile of a bunch of grown drunk men at like 11:30 in the morning on a dirty ass bar floor. Then continuing to drink until about 3-4 in the afternoon, and being pushed down South Street near my house, wearing a flag as a cape, as we taking it full circle back to the Cape.
Yeah.
It's one of the best. I mean, I wasn't at the game. It was one of the best moments of my life. I mean, I was with people that I really, truly still care about, and are good friends. It sucks that the Philadelphia Irons isn't really around anymore, just because everybody from that time period grew up, had kids, and had lives to go deal with, and moved away. But Philadelphia, being in that city with people that I cared about and seeing that game, was phenomenal, and I'll never forget it.
Katie, it's your time to shine, baby. What you got?
All right. So any game. It can be any game.
It can be any game. I don't care. I mean, obviously we want to keep it. Oh, it's West Ham, but if you got a Phillies, or an Eagles, I will take it because I got a feeling it's going to be crazy.
2008 World Series.
Hey, don't say that. I work for the Rays, and I don't like. Stop it. Stop it.
I have so many. We often travel to go see Eagles games in different states. I've seen other team members or team supporters drink shots off of dumpsters.
Ugh.
Pretty disgusting. Yeah, it wasn't the Eagles. It was Green Bay. So Packers fans, pretty gross.
Gross.
Funny story. We went down to Tennessee to watch the Titans game last year.
Okay.
We ended up scalping tickets. And my best friend just purchased the ticket, just a barcode. That's it. No seat, no number, nothing.
Not smart.
In the game, luckily, the lady let us just right in. I wanted to kill her, but we had a time of our lives. Eagles took over that whole stadium. It was just a blast.
They travel well.
Probably the craziest memory in my book is the parade. Everyone was out for the parade. It was crowded. I went with my a bunch of my cousins. My dad randomly ends up showing up. He's 70 years old. He's dancing, having the time of his life, drinking straight out of a fireball bottle. So for me, that's the craziest thing that I've seen. I loved it. But, Philly, we have a lot of stories. So.
You mean the Super Bowl parade, right?
Yeah, Super Bowl parade.
Yeah, my buddy was dressed in his mummer's outfit, sitting on top of the bus wow. It's been so long. But sitting on the bus down there where everything was going off down by City Hall, there's a great picture of him in his full mummer's outfit with the mask on and everything, just like chilling.
Yeah, it was a great day. I mean, everyone kept saying like, "Oh, you're chucking beers at the players," and we're like, "No, we're sharing with them." It was a great time. Everyone was happy. It was awesome. I mean, people here right down the street were climbing up poles. We weren't even down at Broad Street after they won, and people were climbing the poles here. So that's just every day.
Yeah. They were literally putting Crisco on all the poles up in like Fishtown and shit to make sure that people couldn't climb them.
I think the worst experience I ever had, sorry, Katie, was traveling. I worked for the Tampa Bay Rays at the time, and we went to the games up there. And the team bought us these sweatshirts, and they said Rays on them. And we go up the stairs, like the whole entire front office. We go up there, and it was like a cartoon. Like we walked up, and like the music's like the record went, and everybody's looked at us and just started yelling at us. Just the worst words, you could ever think of. I mean, you would you'd be standing in the concession stand, mind your own business, and like the hottest chick would come up behind you and go, "Your shirt makes you want to vomit," and just run off. And it was just abusive. Just people were just so abusive. And the next night, we complained to MLB security so much that they had to escort us. We bust in with the team, went through the players' locker room, up the elevator, straight to to the concourse, and literally had security sitting with us, the entire front office. And this is the most vivid memory I've got is I went to the restroom or something. I came back, and this kid just spits on me. Oh. I've got spit dribbling down my shirt, right? Just a big loogie. And so I go to security and we're like, that kid just spit on me. And everybody already known that that's the deal. They come and get that kid. And you ever seen that episode or that scene in Ghost? With where the ghosts take the bad guy away, and they just go off. Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Is it you and the kid making a vase?
No.
Is that where the story goes?
No,
you get lost. You get lost.
No ghosting.
No. Well, they drag him off. Literally, they just drag this kid away. And I just remember him saying, "I spent $2,000 on these tickets." And they just dragged him away. It was just not even a question. He just disappeared.
Good.
But yeah.
Dude, I mean, they had a judge at the bottom in the basement of the vet to process people.
Is that legit?
Yes, that really happened.
Wow, I didn't know that. I just thought that was a misnomer.
No, that really happened. Listen, I absolutely adore Philadelphia. I am a Temple alumni. I'm a huge fan of Philadelphia. Some of the worst sports fans in the world. Some of the best, but also some of the worst. I love the thing is it goes a little deeper than that. But the people of Philadelphia are some of the greatest I've ever been around, and some of the truest, honest people I've ever met in my entire life. Sports fans are assholes.
Mm-hmm.
I remember sitting in the stands, and when some guy looks at me, and he was just the one sympathetic soul, and he was he goes, "Man, you better be glad you're not in an Eagles game."
Oh, 100%, dude. My friend called me and he goes, I'm taking my fiance to an Eagles game tomorrow. I was like, aren't you a Giants fan? And they were playing the Giants. He goes, yeah. I was like, you're a dumbass. And then literally calls me later. He's like, dude, never doing that again. I was like, yeah, I know. Oh
man, we totally got off on stuff that wasn't even West Ham related, which is cool. That's fine. But we're kind of wrap everything up. PJ, Casey, Katie, thank you so much for coming on. It's where I kind of do the pass the plate around at the end of the service. All right, so here's the deal. We got about 100 short of subscribers. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers. We got 900. Got 100. That's kind of we need 100. That's kind of the threshold of where everybody, that's where you're at. That's where you get the platinum, the platinum record. So tell your mama, tell your friends, tell everybody, just subscribe, check it out. If you're a Hammer fan, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Buy shit on my store. I mean, the team store. Oh shit, buy stuff on the store. Because I'm neglecting my fucking kids, okay? Because I'm doing this shit, all right? So y'all need to start buying some shit. But seriously though, support West Ham. If you don't have, if somebody isn't a West Ham fan or Premier League fan, go out and disciple, man. Go tell people. I'm sure Casey does that. Katie, I'm sure you guys talk to other people. You kind of share your fandom everywhere, and please go out and tell more people because. From what I have seen, over the last, couple of years doing this, there's a lot of cool people out there, and it's starting to turn up a lot of stones that we didn't know. Finding people that I didn't know existed, like you guys. So it's cool. So good family, good a lot of people to talk to. I look forward to getting out and meeting all you guys someday. Otherwise, from now on, we'll just chat and talk shit on the game. So thank you again. Thanks for everybody for coming on. And if you got any questions about Team Shop, want to be on the show, participate, please give us a call. So thank you again. So good night. Come on, you Hammers. Let's go. All right. Give it to me. All right. Have a good one. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Peace. Cool. Thanks, guys.